Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders, 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out at Kankakee, rolls along past houses, farms and fields, passing trains that have no names, freight yards full of old black men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done, dealing card games with the old men in the club car. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle. Feel the wheels a-rumbling 'neath the floor. And the sons of Pullman porters and the sons of engineers ride their father's magic carpets made of steel. Mothers with their babes asleep are rocking to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home and we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness, rolling down to the sea. But all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream, and the steel rails still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his songs again, the passengers will please refrain. This train got the disappearing railroad blues. Good night, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. City of New Orleans by Arlo Guthrie from 1972. Hello, all my friends that have tuned in to learn how to play this simplified version of this classic American folky country sort of song. It was actually written by Steve Goodman, but the version we're focusing on today is the one that Arlo Guthrie released in 1972. So I'll start off by letting you know that we have a full capo on fret 2, and we're in standard tuning, so that puts us up in, with this C shape, puts us up into the key of D. Okay, the strum pattern in the song is bass note, down, up, down, up, down, up, bass note, down, up, down, up, down, up, bass note, down, up, down, up, down, up, bass note, down, up, down, up, down, up. Also known as boom chugga 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 boom, chugga 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 boom, chugga 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 boom, chugga chugga chugga. Very popular strumming pattern in folk songs and even like a lot of Neil Young songs as well. There are 7 chords in the song. The original had more chords in it, and I've chosen to simplify it a bit just to make it easier to play, make it more accessible to more people. Okay, so the verses, there are 3 verses and 3 choruses, or chori. But the verses and the choruses are, they're different in structure, but all 3 are the same as far as all 3 verses are the same chord structure and all 3 choruses are the same chord structure. So let's go through one verse. It starts off with a C. Riding on to a G, the city of C, New Orleans. Down to an A minor. Illinois Central F, Monday morning rail, back to the C and then to a G. And let's just take a moment and talk about the F that I use. So an F is often played by playing an E shape and putting a full bar on fret 1. And for me, that's a little bit too much movement. It's a little bit too complicated. So what I do is wrap my thumb up around and grab string 6 on fret 1, and then just play the notes on strings 5, 4, 3, 2, leaving string 1 out of the equation. So that's the way I play. I just wanted to stop and let you know that. Okay, Monday morning, back to C, rail, back to the G, back to the C. 15 cars, G, and 15 restless C riders. 3 A minor conductors to a G, and 25 sacks back to the C of mail. Now we go down to an A minor, all along the southbound Odyssey. Now down to an E minor. The train pulls out at Kankakee up to a G, rolls along past houses, farms to a D, and fields. Now the D that I play, I also use my thumb again to fret string 6 on the 2nd fret. You could easily just play a 4-string D here. I wrap that thumb around so we can get a bassier sound to that D chord. Okay, back to A minor. Passing trains that have no names, down to an E minor. Freight yards full of old black men, up to a G. And the graveyards of the rusted automobile to a C. Fields. Okay, then we get to the chorus, to an F. Good morning, G, America, to a C. How are you? Say A minor, don't you know me, F? I'm your native C, son, back to a G. I'm the C train they call the G, city of A minor, New Orleans, D7th over F sharp. Okay, that's another funky one. Again, I'm using the bass note on the 6th string fret 2 as a bass note for a D shape, but instead of using my thumb here, I'm using my middle finger and then playing, using my ring finger to play string 3 fret 2 and my index finger to play string 2 fret 1. And I'm not playing string 1. Now the other thing you could do here is just play a D7th chord, much easier. But I'm choosing to do this D7 over F sharp. And then the final line of the chorus, I'll be gone 500 miles. So I'm just going to a G, gone 500 miles. You could do a G7 there. Gone 500 miles till the day is to a C. Done. So that's really repeated again in verse 2, chorus 2, verse 3, chorus 3. So that's pretty much everything you need to know to play City of New Orleans. Okay, so how do we close out our lesson today? Why don't we finish with verse 3 and chorus 3. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home we'll we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness, rolling down to the sea. But all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream, and the steel rails still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again, the passengers will please refrain. This train got the disappearing railroad blues. Good night, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. And then I repeat the last line. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. So there you have it, City of New Orleans in a simplified way. Boom, chugga, chugga, chugga strum pattern. Just 7 straightforward, well, 6 straightforward beginning level chords. Then we've got that D7 over F sharp. But again, if you want to substitute a regular old D7 in there, that works just fine. Okay, so I hope you enjoy singing and playing City of New Orleans. Have a fantastic week, and I look forward to sending you another lesson very soon. Until then, let me try that again because I really blew that. Adios, my friends.